Hello, my peeps. Oh, chaos ensues. Um, Sorry I'm late. This is Tracy, your friendly neighborhood paper pusher. Not just any paper pusher, but the paper pusher. I was trying to figure out how to do this. Oh, I did. I got it right the first time. No, I didn't. I'm going up and down. Seriously, how do I make my arm follow? I'm trying to make it go up and down the side of my screen. Okay, that's how my day's been going. I started my morning with a trip to the dentist. I hate getting my mouth frozen. I don't like any of the other stuff too, but it's the freezing I hate the most. And it took over 3 hours for the freezing to come out. I had two little spots that were like just the start of things. My teeth were fine, nothing hurt. It was all good. He's like, we should get those before they get bad. Upper right, nope, upper left, lower right. So my entire mouth had to be frozen. Gives me a headache, makes me miserable. I kept going, I'm not doing it, I'm doing it, I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it all day long. But I was playing and I was having fun getting stuff done, and it was starting to make me feel better. So I thought, I'm going to do this. So I got everything ready. And I have this new, I'll show you, well, I'll show you now. I have this new series of videos I'm going to do. So Yubata, right? That's my new series of videos. I made my first one, just over half an hour long. So Yubata Stamp Setter Bundle. I go through the two different kinds of bundles with a puncher with dies. I go through the two different kinds of stamp sets, photopolymer and cling. I tell you some basic things you should do when you first get them, things to make sure of, how to kind of get them set up so that they're ready to go when you want to stamp. It was genius, if I say so myself. I had tips. It was helpful. Yeah, entire thing done on mute. Microphone was muted. Zero sound for the entire video. I must now redo it. Here's the funny part, though. I like to, like, instantly, as soon as my order comes in, take all the stamps and put them all together, put the labels on and see what they all do. So I had been like saving one of each kind of stamp set to show them how to like put them in the case mount, that kind of thing. And now I don't have those anymore when I redo them. Luckily, I only half did one stamp set, but yeah, I don't have that anymore. So at that point, I was like, oh, and then it started to storm. It's just a storm outside. That makes total sense. So I thought, should I go? Like, what, you think of all the old wives' tales of it's going to like hit the house and come through the computer and blow things up. And I don't know. But then I just decided, you know what, there's a lot going on right now and I'm going to do it. And because I really like my one card and I'm like, oh, I just got to show you how much fun I had. But I got you all built up on my what's coming up. So here we go. Let's see if I can make any sense at all. And if you can pick out the three things in the video. I have no idea if anybody's on yet. I'm hoping I've rambled long enough that I could start with some things. The comments take bloody forever to show up on YouTube. I still haven't fixed Facebook fully. Last time when I went to do this, Facebook went like to a complete white page and no amount of restarting the computer or anything would work. I got my IT department who came in and deleted some cookies and I don't know what else he did. And I at least got Facebook back. But yeah, I don't know why I can't stream to Facebook because those comments are easier. But I'm just going to make the assumption that everybody's had a chance to find me and get on and go live. And hopefully a comment will show up eventually. So what's up this Wednesday? Well, tomorrow is the 1st of June. So in the weird way my brain works, happy birthday, Todd. Happy open of fishing season, everyone. That's what I remember from living up in Rainbow Lake, which was in the late 90s. Actually, no, it was in the early 90s now that I think of it. Yeah, like 92, I guess that's early 90s. The 1st of June, that's when moving water fishing season opened, I think. And it was one of the pilots up there's birthday. So there you go. That's what I remember about the 1st of June. Now, from a Stampin' Up! World, let me move that out of the way. There is stuff going on. I meant to print the other thing and I totally forgot. Oh, well. I'll just roll with it. The June Paper Pumpkin Kit, you have 10 more days. You have till the 10th. So I guess you have 10 more days. I was going to say, somehow it seems to me like it should be 11. You have till 11 o'clock on the 10th. How about that for numbers? To order the next Paper Pumpkin Kit. which is called Welcome In. And it coordinates with a set in New Annual Catalog, Countryside Inn set, which has these gorgeous blue papers that are just, navy blue is one of my favorite colors. You will notice it's in a lot of my card making. Just as a fun fact, one of these days I'm actually going to finish. I'm almost finished, and I'm going to do a little video of my craft room because it has never looked so clean. I have sorted and organized, and it's almost there. But I just reached over to my very nicely sorted DSP box basket and grabbed that paper. Yeah, love navy. And the set is beautiful, like the papers and stuff. And so this one has like some welcome sentiments and some hospitality type stuff. So I'm very curious to see what's in there. It came with an add-on, which I've already gotten mine, because the add-on you could order before the kit even ended. So it has this vase or vase. Shall we have a survey? Vase or vase? It comes with a leaf, and then it comes with a little flower, which looks like it's meant to cut out like an image in the stamp set. But the way the flower is, you cut it out of a piece of cardstock and pop a little gem in the middle, and it's still going to look like a flower. So this is very adorable, and it gives you a hint what the next kit's going to be like, although we don't know. So I do actually have one extra one of these sets of dies, because the last one sold out so quickly. I figured these ones might too. And yeah, you have till the 10th to either let me know that you want one of these June paper pumpkin kits, or subscribe and never miss a pumpkin again. Never miss a pumpkin again. That's a funny thing. Okay. So, paper. Oh, I loved DSP. When I first started, I would buy all the DSP because it was so cool, and then I never used it. Now I use DSP all the time. She says that she looks at her one card that does not have any, but the other one does. And I'm loving DSP. There's so much stuff on my desk right now, and just put every bit of it as DSP on it. It's too bad my desk is too messy to pan, because as you can see, crafter math. But there is, what do we got here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. 13 different papers that are on sale. Now, they're 15% off, which saves you just a little bit more than shipping and GST if you're doing a shared shipping order. So the regular price is $17. It's on sale for $14.45. But when you add 11% shipping, which is the shared rate, otherwise it's $10.95, and you add 5% GST, it comes out to $16.84. So instead of paying $19.81, you're paying $16.84. So you're saving like $3 per package. Now, I'll save anything. I particularly like the fact that I'm not paying GST or tax. That's how I like to look at it. So said lovely Countryside Inn is one of the papers. Bright and beautiful. This thing's gorgeous with all the different colors. This is a monster pack. This is, that's not actually its name, 48 sheets. These are awesome, huge packs. And this is eclectic, and it is exactly what it is. There's bits and pieces of all of the different stamp sets and papers and stuff in the New Annual Catalog in this one set. It's awesome. Earth and Elegance. These are kind of the in colors and very nature moody stuff. Daisies. We love this paper. Gingham. Gotta love gingham too. Hello Irresistible. That was one of the ones that came out on the online. This is beautiful paper. And if I had looked closer, I would have pulled out some cards. This paper is just gorgeous. Ink Botanicals. It looks like a very nice, fun, bright one. I don't actually have that one. Les Shaw. I was trying to pace myself and not order, $10,000 worth of stuff in one shot. I like to spread it out and make sure I use the stuff I have and then order new. But hey, they put a sale on, so what can I say? I'll be ordering tomorrow. I was really looking forward to this Les Shaw paper. It's patterned on the back, and then on the front it has all sorts of little European, Parisian looking shops and things. I think cutting these out, there's dies and a stamp set that go with it, will make some of the cutest little treat boxes. Fishing, there's a very cute fishing set in the catalog now that has the way the dies are. It's like a tackle box. I've seen some really cute I have cards over there that I did like a stand-up cards that were different layers. But if you do them sideways, they look like a tackle box when you open it. Oh, just adorable. This stargazing paper is, it's gorgeous. I love the heavens. I love looking at the stars and stuff. I want to get it just so I can look at the paper. It's amazing paper. What is this one? Masterfully Made. I don't actually know what this paper is, but it's pretty and it's got flowers and it's got great colors. And then the Zoo Crew. Oh, this paper is so cute. It's black and white with like the odd colored image on the front, and then the whole back side is black and white. So there's tons of options. I am putting in a group order on the 6th of June, which is next Tuesday, because I am waiting on a couple other things to do as well. Now, if I start seeing that, oh my God, paper's on low inventory, I will pop a message out and bring that in order forward. But I like to see what the first kit of the month is, and that's on Tuesday. So that's what I'm waiting for. So if you want anything and you want to get in on the group order so that you're paying 11% shipping versus $10.95 right off the hop, let me know by the 5th of June, which is Monday. So that's one of the things going on sale. I figured out a way to do this so I don't lose everything. Now, your other option is just to get the starter kit and get $206 worth of stuff for $135. I love being a demo. I ramble on about being a demo all the time. I absolutely love it. I love a deal too. And the starter kit is just at any given point is a awesome deal. Right now, when they make a sale like this, it's phenomenal. You could pick anything current or anything on the pre-order that starts tomorrow for demos, $206 worth, and you pay $135. Again, one of my faves, you don't pay any shipping or tax. I've got videos that tell you all sorts of things about what resources are available, but I will happily talk to you about a starter kit if you would like. There is no obligation. You could get a smoking hot deal. You can get a smoking hot deal, put in some orders, get your stuff for discount. You can sell to you and your friends. You can make a business. Many, many ways to do this. But this is an awesome deal, and it is for the month of June. Now, I teased, for those of you who read my newsletter, I will get to cards eventually, but look at the stack of stuff I got. For those of you who read my newsletter, I teased about the fact that there's another round of online exclusives coming. So for demos, we can order starting tomorrow. We get the month of June to order. And then on the 6th of July, the whole thing goes live. Now, as they did last time, demos can only order select products. So we get a little flyer, shows us these. So your little sneak peek, as I said, with the P for peek, there's a horse and sleigh die. There's some paper that looks awesome that goes with it. There's some snowflake embellishments. And there's a plant set called Timeless Charm. I wonder, now that I see that name, I wonder if these go with the Timeless Arrangement set, like if they somehow coordinate in with, anyways, I have no idea. I should have looked closer. So these are the things that we can pre-order. And then on the 6th of July, the full line of whatever this release is will come out. So last time we could order like 2 or 3 different things. And then when the release came out, there was like 8 things. So I know there's going to be the same thing because the little graphic that they give us, I'm going to try to do this the right way. So they give us this graphic we can use. And look at this. There appears to be a very cool stained glass Santa. So this that is being colored over here is this stained glass Santa. So there's at least one more Christmas set that looks like a very cool. I love that stained glass. But what is the iconic thing that made me go, oh my God, and message my friend at like midnight last night or Monday night? The little red truck. And look, it's a punch. And there's a fender and a tire and a window. So these are going to be some nice looking trucks. Oh, I'm excited about this. It's got a punch. It's got a stamp set because I can see it right there. Oh, I'm very excited. Can't wait. I will tell you that my prediction is just like the circle punches when the last online exclusive went, they're going to sell out the first day. So I will, closer to that date, whatever information I have by then, what other sneaks we've seen or better information I will give you. And I will be doing an order like midnight on the 6th of July in order to snag those for whoever wants them. Now, let's talk getting together to make cards. I'm very excited about coffee and cards. I've wanted to do this for ages. I found a nice place. I've got a good time slot. This is not so conducive if you are working for a living and your shift happens to be during the day. But for some people, or if you just want to play hooky, or you happen to have the day off, or you work a late shift, or you're happily retired, or you just dropped your kids off at school, why not stop by and make some cards? So the cards we're making for July, we're making the legendary motorcycle card. And I have 2 different ones of these, but I absolutely love this with the tire tracks. So there's one of the cards. This one, there's, I don't know, 5 or 6 different, I was going to say flavors, 5 or 6 different flavors of DSP, but there's some simple floral cards. I want these to be nice cards, wow cards, fun, but not super hard to make. So I have pre-punched little circles. I have pre-punched leaves. I have pre-punched fronds, and I have pre-cut all of this DSP. So I absolutely love this card with these deep, oh my goodness, love that card. So there's a floral card, there is a motorcycle card, and then I cannot get enough of this set. I'm going to do a whole bunch with this later, but and then there is this Texturas Naturales, which I bought the Spanish version of, and so I do have one that actually says muchas gracias. But I didn't want to put that on the poster because I didn't want people to think that they had to make a Spanish card, but I will be making them. But yeah, love this set. And again, you have some stamping to do, and this you have to stamp in a tiny bit of fussy cutting, and look at this awesome trim. But I've pre-cut all of these pieces. So nice relaxing morning, make 3 cards, $10. I give you coffee or tea to go with it. Don't get too excited. It's pretty basic coffee and tea because that's how I roll. And then we chat and we get to know each other and we make new friends. And I do it once a month on the first Wednesday. And my papers are falling all over my desk. I got too much stuff going on. Okay. We're having the Father's Day pop-up in the same location. This weekend, for those interested in coming out to make a couple cards or check out a pop-up with some cool vendors, is right in the middle of the Saint Jean Baptiste Festival days in Morinville, 16th to the 18th. So this is on the Saturday. So not only can you come out and make cards, you can see the show and shine. And not that this would be enticing at all to anybody, but there's the firefighter challenge. Just saying. You got to support emergency services and firefighters. I have a private event coming up, and I have to show you this because I ended up not using this poster. But I was making a ladies' night kit together, and I love to use Canva. You may have noticed I use a lot of Canva. Love Canva. And I went in and in the element section, I just typed in ladies' night to see what graphics would come up. And yes, there was bars and dancing and all that kind of thing. But I just about wet myself laughing at these 3 images because these came up as suggestions for ladies' night. Sitting alone with your computer in the dark, cleaning the house in a French maid outfit, or what I do most nights, sitting in my comfy chair drinking tea. You can't see the book here, but I'd be reading a book. But these are images that came up for ladies' night. Cracked me up. So any of you ladies coming to ladies' night, we are not doing these things. I ordered a bunch of kits so far, and if you haven't got your order in for your kit yet, 5th of June, also the deadline. And then let's not forget all this cleaning is actually me getting rid of old to make room for new, and you get to benefit when I sell the old. So this is a retired product sale on the 24th of June, which is a Saturday in beautiful downtown Morinville. We got a bit bigger room. We got 6 demos, 3 from last year, 3 totally new, but we all are going to have new product because a whole bunch of stuff has retired since. So we got that going on. So like I said in my newsletter, June has got it going on. There's a lot going on. Now, what are we going to do tonight? Okay, so that was my peaks. What was my second one on my list? Oh, yeah. Pirates. Pirates. I love the stamp set. So I had great plans to make a card from start to finish tonight, but so much else had other plans. So I am going to show you how to make this card though. So this is, I believe, called like a double step card or something. Or probably should have looked that up ahead of time. It's very cool. And it stands up and it's just awesome. So this works really well. And it gives you this, I like this like 3D look that you get here. And speaking of DSP, how awesome is this? This DSP that is on this card is from the Daisy set. And it is the perfect sky. And then I carefully stamped 3 tiny little seagulls. Because I did that after the entire card was made. I was like, I need something. And then I stamped those. So this works great when it's vertical, right? But I had an idea in mind for a horizontal. Like I needed more room this way, but I like the idea of the different depth. So I thought, does this work? And this is part of what took the time today, is the stamp set that I needed from a vertical card is this one. So this was my pirates. This was my peckers. I was trying to go with the P's. I don't know why I liked all them, but so this is what it was. I did say pecks because I wasn't sure about saying peckers on there if it would get screened, but I'm just going to keep saying it over and over. Peckers, peckers. And as far as I know, roosters do peck at you and peck at the ground. It's not just the hens. I could be wrong. Anybody feel free to correct me if you know the actual answer. So this was one of the stamp sets that I had saved to show how to mount. So and it's not even finished. And then I stopped when I realized I had to redo the whole video. So part of what slowed down the card making was the video making that didn't even work. But this set is adorable. Hey, Chuck. And I will tell you that hoarding pays. I want to say 2017. I think it was that long ago. Stampin' Up! Came out with Hey Chick with the chicks. And you can see similar line art. And then a couple years later, for Celebration, they came out with dies. Look at these awesome dies that went with this set. And they re-released the set and then had dies to go with it. And then either the same year or the following year, they came out with Hey Birthday Chick. Same line art again, same awesome chicks, more awesome dies. So I love these and I have been keeping them all. And so now I have 3 sets to go together. Unfortunately for you, although it is fortunate because they are adorable, this is the only one you can currently buy. So I was trying to coordinate them all together, but I had an idea in my mind for how I wanted this to look. So yes, this is the original card, but yes, you can make it horizontal. Are you ready? Because I'm pretty excited about this card. Ta-da! I may have mentioned to you before, when people like talk about stuff, and sometimes I see things as cartoons in my head. So sometimes especially when people use expressions and like sayings for things, I see them as cartoons. So in my head, I envisioned a cartoon card, and it turned out so good. But what I wanted was all this dimension. Okay, I don't know if you think it turned out good. I think it turned out good, but I like how I have all these different layers and stuff. Hoarding also pays because I still have my fringe scissors. And so I got to make all the little grass. So these are all parts of the new stamp set. And other than them using every rooster in there, I didn't use the cake, but I used all the other little bits and pieces that went with it. But is this not a fun, happy card? And it says, rise and shine. It's your birthday. So yes, the same theory goes, and I will post all the measurements because right now they look like it is. And I don't even know what else is. There's a recipe for lemon luscious bars on there. There is a list of videos I still have to watch because I still have not had time to watch the SSS event. And I like to check them off as I go so I don't miss any videos. And there's a couple other measurements for various different things. So once I sort that out, I will show you the cut and score measurements for portrait and landscape. But I will show you now, because I can, because I have one extra set. Look at how cool that looks from above. See, and as soon as I looked at that from above, I also see a seascape now. I'm going to have to make a whole little like on the shore, on the beach kind of thing. Okay, so here's the basics of how this card goes together. Whether you're making it horizontal or vertical, it's the same idea. Vertical. Would have been smart to have 2 pieces of paper, wouldn't it? I'm just grabbing it out of my desk drawer. So we're starting with half a sheet of paper to make the card base. If you're making the portrait style, you want to cut the paper in half vertically. If you are making the landscape version, you want to cut the paper in half horizontally. So you have either one of these pieces, right, to make your card. Now, instead of just scoring in the middle, you want unscored. So if you're like me and you've already prepped your card bases where you score them in half and then cut them, you can't use those ones. You need to make new ones because this scoring line is not in the center of the card. This piece here is 4.5. 1, 2, 4.5. And on the landscape card, it's 3.5. So what you're going to do is you're going to score your card. To get the stand-up part, and to get the front part, these are on the portrait card, these are both 1 inch, and on the landscape card, because it's a little bit shorter, I shortened it up to 3/4 of an inch. I was winging it. I had no measurements for that. This other one I have made before, so I just looked at an old one. And this gives you the shape that you want, right, for the basic card base. So one of the key things you want to remember, and again, you know, every time I do this, I keep losing my envelopes. So you're realizing that you're looking at this card and you're thinking, but Tracy, it's like shorter than the envelope. That's where this piece comes in. And when you're putting it together, you want to have an envelope handy so you can make sure that you put it together in such a way that it still fits in the envelope. This piece, and I think this piece can be, it probably could be a lot of things. You could probably have it wider if you wanted. You probably could have it narrow. I made it 2 1/8. And why did I make it 2 1/8? Because if you cut a piece of paper in half, it's 4 1/4. If you cut 4 1/4 in half, you get 2 1/8. So you can get 2 of these little strips out of a half a piece of card. So if you're making multiples, you could use, this is the size, right? Otherwise, you're going to have all these bits and chunks. I think the original card I had, where did I put it? Was 2 1/4 or 2 1/2. 2 1/8 works. And like I said, it's a more economical use of your cardstock. So this piece is scored. The piece that's going on the back here is 4 1/4 by 4. And I'm using white just for the purpose of, well, one, because I didn't plan out how I was actually decorating this card. But just so you can also see the contrast. So the piece that you want here of DSP is 4 1/4 by 4. Nope, I said that wrong. It's 4 by 4 1/4. So it matters if your DSP is patterned and actually has a this way up. If it's just a picture that it doesn't matter, then yeah, 4. This is also the size, the white piece that you want if you're using dark cardstock. It's also the piece you're going to put on the inside to write. I didn't actually show you guys the inside, but this one, I just put these very cool waves that are in the stamp set. So I would suggest, and I did not do it on mine because I was too excited to put the card together and to hold things up and see how it worked. I would suggest putting this piece of paper and even the piece on the inside before you put the other piece on. But I can tell you from experience, if you don't, you can still get it in there later. So as far as gluing and taping and whatever, my favorite is Tear and Tape. And in this case, because I'm only putting adhesive in 2 spots, I'm using Tear and Tape because I think it's going to give the best hold. And because it's the perfect, if I put 2 strips, and because this is like all of the connection is on this one place, I'm putting 2 just so it doesn't twist. Right. And I'm going to put it on the inside of each one of these pieces, and it's going to go on the front and it's going to go on the back. Now, I do think if you were conserving paper, that you could make the back piece of this shorter. So in mine, the original one, it goes all the way down the back, all the way down the back. Now you could probably end it here somewhere. I like the look of it all the way down the back better, but I also think when it's all the way like to the bottom, I can line this part up and I can line this part up and it's straight. If I'm ending here somewhere, then it's, and then I have this like, it looks more purposeful, I think, this way. But yes, is it 100% necessary? Probably not. So now I've got this folded in half. I've got my adhesive on it. And now I just get to decide, do I want it dead center? Do I want it skewed left? Do I want it skewed right? Now, at this point, having a design in mind would probably influence where you put it. I don't know what I'm doing. I envision perhaps a flower. But what I'm going to do, and what I found, I did the front first because the front matters more than the back. Yep, that was the whole theory behind it. So I've scored this, and it is standing up a bit. So I'm just going to give it a nice little burnish to kind of hold it down a bit more. So I took my adhesive off, and if you're using white glue, that's fine too. And I'm centering it in the middle. This one I've decided I'm going to center. Both the other cards are offset, so that's why I've decided I'm going to center this one. And I'm lining this up on the bottom of the card. If you're going to go one way or the other, go short, don't go long. So I'm putting the one side on. Oops, that's not centered. And I'm going to line it up in the center, and I'm going to put my card down. Now, before I do the back, while I still have time to make adjustments, this is where I'm going to lay it on my envelope. And I'm going to make sure that, yep, I scored it right. Everything is good. When I secure the back, it's still going to fit in the envelope. I'm going to do this one more time when I decorate, if I have anything sticking over the edge as well. I did pretty good. As much as I like to have things hanging over, I made sure I stayed within the card because you have maybe 1/8 of an inch of play where you can go over the edge and still get it in your envelope. So now I've done the front. Take these off. And I'm going to line it up against the bottom and make it nice and straight. And hopefully that helps me get it centered as well. And there we go. So my card is now assembled. Now it's just a matter of decorating. And yeah, you know what? Yeah, I probably should have put something on there too before I closed it up. But like I said, I did this the first time and I completely forgot to put the paper on the back. And I just stuck it in afterwards and it worked just fine. Now, as far as decorating goes, there we go. Whichever piece you're putting here, and this could be a stamped piece. You could have a whole little like scenery stamped on here. You could have DSP, you could have whatever. It could be an embossed piece, come to think of it. You could just have it embossed. You're going to have a strip, which I did not pre-cut. You're going to have a strip that's going to go on here. And theoretically, you're going to have a strip that goes across the front. Now you can decide ahead of time before you secure this. Again, I just taped everything down so you saw how the card went together. I meant to mention this before I taped it down, but so if you're putting a strip of, say, DSP across here, you need to decide, is it going to cover this joint or is it going to go underneath and this whole thing is going to be visible? Now, if we go back to my 2 sample cards, I did neither of those things. But the original card I had, which I put away wherever I put it. I really don't know where I put it. I might have put it in the big box of cards. As I clean my office, I have found more and more like stacks of cards I made. My piece is here, but I have these waves and I had used these waves, like this size waves on a different card and I liked the way it looked. And I needed room for my sentiment. So I just put this over top of all of them. So you don't see the joint where this goes down and you don't see that little flap. That's how I just chose to decorate that one. This one, oops, bouncy. This one, the little flap is there. I put the grass on the very top of it and I put this on the very bottom of it. I chose not to because I wanted this blue, like bright blue sky. And I should have put something down here, but I hadn't decided what it was going to be by the time I had all these other elements and I just went with it. So I chose not to put anything on this card. So this one, I just attached stuff to the row because I wanted that dimension. And then I attached stuff to here. So there are many options for how you can do it. In this case, hold on, that one's still rather springy. I'm not sure why. I did burnish, it's just springy. Okay, close enough. So yeah, make a plan, maybe before you started hearing things. I will put the measurements for what this piece is. It's a different front size on the landscape one, of course. And then it's just a matter of decorating. As I said before, make sure that nothing hangs off the card more than, like I said, maybe 1/8 of an inch. You might be able to put a little tiny bit more at the top, but whatever your card still has to fit in here. I would say if you're going to put a bunch of dimensionals on it, if you're going to mail it, because this fold is already making your card a little bit thick, keep maybe your dimensionals to here. I tend to hand my cards to people more than mail my cards. So I make them as thick as I want. I dimensional everything. But keep that in mind. This is already going to be a little bit thicker on this end. So watch how much you build up this way. And then, yeah, go to town with the decorating. If you make one of these cards, double step card, I'm pretty sure it's called a double step card. I would love to see. So feel free to post pictures. That would be awesome. In the meantime, I give you again, pirates and peckers. And hopefully you enjoyed all the sneak peeks of all the other stuff. I am not going to go the full hour today. Maybe I should have warned you that at the beginning, because my mouth is sore, my head hurts, and I'm tired. That's what the dentist does to me. But it's important to go, and I did. And now I'm going to go make tea and have a nap because it's been a long day. But ladies and gentlemen, that's What's Up Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging in. If you stay till the end, thank you very much. Because I was probably more rambly and weird than normal. But that is me. And hey, no plans to change anytime soon. So enjoy your week. I will be back on Friday with, there we go. Sorry, did I mention how much I like Canva? I'll be back on Friday with Products on Parade. I know that's my new Canva graphic for Products on Parade. I love it. Okay. Thanks for hanging in there, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. I hope we get rain, but not too bad of a storm. And I'll see you back here on Friday. Take care.